Knockout legends in the building. Like, comment, and subscribe. So today we're going to listen to Johnny Nelson say a few words on an interview. So with no further ado.
One last thing. I mean, obviously we've got Anthony Joshua who's facing Francis Ngannou. Me and you had a chat several months ago. I think we were debating this whole notion about YouTubers, me and you being on the same side about hating this whole nonsense, this circus act. Do you think, I mean, I know that he did well against Fury, but do you not think it devalues the abilities, the skill of a boxer, that someone like him, a novice boxer, is coming in and facing arguably the two top heavyweights in the world? Does it not make a mockery of the sport?
You know what? He was given the opportunity to go in with the best heavyweight in the world, and the best heavyweight in the world shirked his responsibility of treating him with respect. Like we didn't respect him. We thought, what's he doing? He ain't going to do nothing. But Tyson, he went in there and he thought, you know what? Easy peasy. So he got a bit embarrassed. He got put down, and so he made a mistake. Hindsight's a great thing. Now Anthony Joshua has the gift of hindsight to think, I'll not make that mistake. He'll respect Nggannou. So Nggannou, like it or not, doesn't matter what you and I think, he put in a good performance. So therefore, it blows our theory out of the water saying he's no right to be there because he put in a decent performance. The question is this, he's been put in at number 10 by the governing body. So does he deserve that spot? Does he deserve being in a position that he's an eliminator to fight for the undisputed?
And is it good for boxing, Johnny?
Right, so does he deserve it? He doesn't deserve it because fighters number 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3 have been there, won the T-shirt, they've boxed in that game, they've boxed former champions. No, he doesn't deserve it. But if he manages to turn over Anthony Joshua, who's a former two-time heavyweight champion, and do that to Tyson Fury, then you can think, well, you know what? He's shown he can fight. He does deserve it if he can possibly do that. My question is this: when he comes across somebody that can take a shot, that's not going to make a mistake, then it's going to be at boxing skill, because there's no way in a million years I think he's a better technical boxer than anybody in the top 10. I think he's a heavy-handed, big, smart guy that can't be pressured, but he is not better than any of the top 10 because he's not been in our game long enough. So as long as the guys in the top 10 respect him and getting out there and boxing, they should shut him out. And if he's still knocking him out, more fool them. He deserves his spot. But what I'm saying is, if I was like a fighter ranked above him and he got leapfrogged the chance over me to fight for the world, I'd be pissed off. That's just how it is. It's not fair, but you know what? That's how the cards are falling.
So would I be right in saying?
Remember, it should have been Deontay Wilder, but Deontay Wilder unfortunately turned old overnight, and so he's out of the picture. So because he turned old overnight, he got himself in a position to take out Deontay Wilder's place.
Well, listen, Johnny, I know that everybody wants a piece of you today. I'm not going to be greedy. It's been great to chat to you. Hopefully we can chat more on Saturday.
So from this clip here, Johnny gives his thoughts and is very lucid and clear about how he feels about Nggannou fighting Joshua. Now, the interviewer asks him, is it not making a mockery of the sport that Nggannou can come in, a novice boxer, and arguably, you know, get a fight with two of the top heavyweights in the division, and then get in line if he beats Joshua for the eliminator for undisputed. Now, I didn't know anything about this, and if this is true, it's a farce, because it does make a mockery of the sport. And not just that, if somehow he does beat Joshua, it does debase the sport and make it look really bad in the UFC's and mixed martial arts fans' eyes, because they don't really give us love anyway. They look at boxing as possibly a lesser sport because mixed martial arts, the rounds are longer, but there's not as many rounds. But they think because you use your feet and you use other parts of your body and you use submission holds and wrestling, that is more superior. And in some aspects, I suppose, in the ring, in the cage, or in the octagon, it is. But in normal day-to-day street fighting or normal everyday scenarios, boxing is a little bit more superior, just for the fact that if you can set up punch or set up an attack, or you can see an attack coming and you can counter. Boxing is more realistically easier to use in the street. I'm not saying it's better, but it is more easily to utilize and use in the street. But again, MMA can be used as well, but it depends on how effective and how quick you are with the attack and what you're going to do when you use it. It just depends, because certain martial arts are not effective for street fighting, because street fighting is just about brutal attacking and making sure the other person doesn't have the chance to like get you in a vulnerable position and then getting away. That's basically the crux of that kind of thing, and just inflicting as much damage to disable the person and then moving on and just leaving them. You know what I mean? But anyway, Francis for sure is a good striker. He was smart, he's canny, and he used his basically brain in the sense that he was a bit deceptive. He made people think that he wasn't as good as what he actually was, and he was a lot better than that. But the guy's been fighting for a long time. He must have some like stand-up striking ability, because a lot of his attacks start from stand-up. So he does have some fundamental hands and or boxing skills or striking skills, if you want to call it, brawler or pressure fighter or whatever. Maybe not fundamentals in boxing, but he's got rudimentary styles that he can use. But to actually think that he's going to beat Joshua and get put in line for the undisputed is it's a bit of a farce for the sport. And not just that, it's a bit disrespectful for the other fighters that were actually featured on the other boxing cards and that are in the top 10. Other boxers like, you know, Joseph Parker, Zili Zhang, Joyce, Daniel Dubois, Hergovich, who else can I say? Sanchez, Abkabayel, and so forth. Just whoever you consider that's in your top 10, because everyone's top 10 is going to be different. And obviously, with every governing body, there is a different top 10. But and then just whoever else you can think of, White, and so forth. But in a proper technical boxing match, the majority of them fighters should be able to beat Francis. You know, but he may upset a few of them, because that's boxing. It's not a given, you know. But anyway, what Johnny says about Tyson Fury is correct, and I said that in my other videos. It serves Fury right. He didn't take him serious. He thought he'd just bulldoze him, and he's arguably lucky that he got away with what he got away with. The fact that he's getting statues made about him beating Deontay Wilder and then Battle of the Baddest when he just about won is laughable. But it's a bit weird, but hey, figure it out. But what I will say is Deontay Wilder got exposed for arguably being the fraud that he is. Now, don't get me wrong, he knocked out all those people, he beat all those fighters, but he didn't actually go up against any credible fighters until a lot later in his career. And yeah, we got the belt, but a lot of the fighters were handpicked for defenses that were more or less easy. Now, I wouldn't say that they were all run-of-the-mill fighters that he fought, and every other fighter that he made a defense against, he actually arguably was losing before he knocked them out. So he relied on the one trick, and the one trick works. But when you come up against somebody that could actually box and that could actually fight in Fury and Parker, what happened? You got beat easily. So for all the people that would say that him and Joshua would get starched, they're smoking crack, man. How can you actually even compare him and Joshua when he's been ducking Joshua the most amount of time? Didn't want to give Joshua the fight, got offered his highest career payday and still ducked Joshua, and then wants to come back around and then fight Joshua after all the rubbish he said, then pretend to be nice to get the fight, and then when he gets beat, realises that he's not as good as what he actually thought he was. Come on, man. Some jolting. But anyway, do you agree with Johnny, and do you agree with his sentiments? Leave your thoughts in the comment section. Like, comment, and subscribe. And that is another one from Knockout Legends. Peace.